from the look of things, I believe the matter will be taken away from the magistrate court to either the Federal High Court or the State High Court, based on the gravity.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you
Good afternoon.
for accepting my invitation once again. I will thank a lawyer, Olalekan Akinyemi from Lagos, Nigeria, for accepting my invitations. Once again, I will thank Pastor Ologun, my guest, and he has been contributing a lot towards this live stream today. And Pastor Lawyer Lekan, I think I will need you more, because we were talking about this Nigerian constitution or mutilation and etc. etc. So you are not here in the morning with us. So next time we'll still invite you. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yeah. So by the way, I would like Lawyer Lekan to introduce himself.
My name is Olalekan Akinyemi. I'm a legal practitioner. I studied both in England and America, including in Vienna, Austria. I also studied in Nigeria, and I'm presently practicing as a lawyer in Nigeria. Thank you.
That's good. Thank you very much. Pastor Ologun, your turn, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Ologun. I'm a Nigerian by birth. Presently based in United Kingdom, England, London to be precise. I'm a full-time pastor.
Thank you very much. I'm Jim Dabosa, your host. Once again, thank you for coming. I will start with Pastor and Lawyer Lekan. We heard what is really going on now, within Nigeria concerning this Yoruba nation. So it's going to be Yoruba nation. It's going to be in our case study for this afternoon. The question that I'm going to ask Lawyer Lekan is, why these people agitating for Yoruba nation? Why?
Well, I believe it's for their own self-interest. They are the ones that can easily answer that question themselves. And they have answered by making an attempt to take over governance in Nigeria. And they hosted their flag in Oyo State, in the House of Assembly, Oyo State of Nigeria, albeit illegally.
Okay.
Albeit illegally. To start with, I mean, Nigeria is a single entity, and we have a constitution that governs Nigeria, the 1999 constitution. It is supreme to any other laws. Yes, the constitution was given to Nigeria and Nigerians by the military government. Yes, some people, even some legal practitioners, might not be happy about the constitution itself. But there are procedures. If you're not happy with the constitution, yeah, there are procedures to follow legally, constitutionally, but not what these 29 or 30 people agitating for self-governance. What they did is completely wrong. in my best opinion, it is completely wrong. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pastor Logun, so what can you say on these reckless people that are agitating for Yoruba nation?
Thank you. There is the saying of the wise that anyone that fails to learn from the history is bound to repeat it. Now, just like Lawyer Lekon said, it is not, I mean, there are procedures, even if one have an agenda to promote, there are ways by which you go about it, not through the method they use, which look like a treasonable felony, if we, I mean, so to say. Okay, let's even assume that they hand over a particular state of the country to Yoruba nation, free of charge, without anything. How are they going to promote their ideology from just one state to the rest of the Yoruba state? How then is the entire Nigeria going to fold their hand and say, now you have succeeded in getting what you want? Go ahead and yeah, carry on with your Yoruba nation. Is the rest of Nigeria going to fold their arms and say, now you succeed? Of course, it is not going to happen that way. Yoruba nita abaka eru, inu eru abaje. So if we looking at the way it is, you know that this battle is going to lead you to nowhere. So if you succeed, what agenda do you have on ground? Can you proceed? Can you progress from there? Now, if you fail, what platform are you going to stand on? So in whatever way we view it, it is not, I don't see any viable project in that agenda. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let me ask a question now. Another question. Now, Lawyer Lekan have said it earlier on, because I don't know the motivation or their motive behind all these nuisance for asking for Yoruba nations. Now, is it not damaging to the Yorubas, Pastor Logun?
I wouldn't think so, because one, it does not in any way impact on the general attitude of Yorubas. It is not a universal Yoruba project. So in a way, I don't see how it can affect the entire Yorubas. Because one, we don't have it as a universal project. Secondly, I don't see how they can carry the entire Yorubas along in that. Thirdly, if they succeed, what are they going to do differently from what the government is doing now? So is there anything in particular they want to do differently to make Yoruba a better nation than what it is now, being inside Nigeria? So putting all these things together, a reasonable Yoruba man will know that, look, this is a failed project from the onset. So nobody is going to, I mean, play along.
Thank you. Lawyer Lekan, why Modupe Abiola Onitere sponsored agitation for Yoruba nation? I believe he's an educated lady and someone that know more better, and sponsor people to disrupt and disturb this peace and stability of a state by saying that, okay, now they were agitating for the Yorubas.
Yes, you see, I believe she needs help. I listened to the statement she made. And to start with, how many people are aware of her agitation? How many Yorubas, even in Oyo State, that they made an attempt that can never ever be successful? How many people are aware. In Lagos State, you can hardly hear that so thing happened in Oyo State. In Ogun State, you can hardly hear. People hardly even know her. Even amongst the individuals that formed the alleged Yoruba nation, they said her group, Maatu Son Yoruba, pé àwọn tó yapa kúrò nínú group yẹn gangan ni. So the high authority did not give her any form of authorization to carry out those illegal acts. But the way Onitiri Abiola carried on, you know, her statements was unguided, uncalled for. You are declaring a state of anarchy without giving consideration to the provision of the Constitution. I will even read the opening paragraph of the Constitution. It says, "We, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, having firmly and solemnly resolved to live in unity and harmony as one indivisible and indissoluble sovereign nation under God, dedicated to the promotion of inter-African solidarity, world peace, international cooperation and understanding." You know, look at those words in the opening of the Constitution. And for one single individual to believe that she can just carry about 29 or 30 people along or sponsor them to take over a small portion, not even a local government of Nigeria. She has gone beyond her bounds. You know, few other people did what she did, and we know where they are today. Look at what is happening in the East. You know, they turned part of the East, or most parts of the East, into a war zone. We don't want that in any part of Yoruba land. We are peaceful, loving people, and we believe in one. Most of us believe in one Nigeria. So what she did is illegal. It is unconstitutional, and she and other agitators must be punished for their actions. In fact, I just got the news now that they have been arraigned. About 29 or 30 of them have been arraigned in Oyo State. And
that's fine.
Yes, they were arraigned on 7 counts. One is treasonable felony. Number 2, unlawful association or unlawful society, illegal possession of firearms, and conduct likely to cause breach of peace. They have been arraigned at the magistrate court. And from the look of things, I believe the matter will be taken away from the magistrate court to either the Federal High Court or the State High Court, based on the gravity of the offenses and the punishment, because they are likely to go to life imprisonment if found guilty. So the law has started to take its course against the agitators. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Pastor Logun, I read it as well that later MQ Abiola children, did not support her. They were really annoyed, see it as embarrassment to their family. So what is your idea or your contribution on this area that the family did not support her for carrying out illegal activities in your state, and by declaring herself as president, commander in chief of armed forces of Yoruba nation?
Thank you. My point is, who is that reasonable individual who will openly come out and support an unreasonable project, which is likely going to lead to nowhere? It could tarnish the image of your family and jeopardize the glorious empire you've been able to put together. I mean, I call the Abiola family house an empire because their father built a legacy or left a legacy behind, which they are supposed to build upon. If you mention Abiola anywhere in Nigeria today, there is no part of Nigeria who will openly tell you we don't know we don't know that name. So their father labored so much to build a name, and the man left a legacy behind. He fought a very good cause, even in a more constitutional and legal way in his days. Unfortunately, he lost. So his children should learn from the history. Now, if their father could do something in the right way with his power and influence and still lost woefully, then how much more of somebody who is treading on similar path in a completely wrong way? Who is that person that will come out and support such project? I don't think any reasonable individual would do that. So I take side with the Abiolas for distancing themselves from this suicide project. It's a suicide project. I'm sorry.
So by so doing, you are so happy that the Abiola children, refused to support her for these brutal steps.
Yeah, I mean, there's no two way about it. If I were to be one of the Abiolas, I would do exactly the same thing they were doing by distancing themselves from anything of such. And that's exactly what they all did. I think I wholeheartedly support them.
Okay, thank you very much. Lawyer Lekan, why
Yes.
Modupe Abiola Onitere, why the woman brainwashed the youth on this bad influence to our society? Because I had one of these criminals that they were being brainwashed.
Well, you see, the issue of brainwashing one another or her brainwashing some individuals, I take it with a pinch of salt. They must have been influenced by maybe a token. We are yet to hear a lot or see the statements written by all those that were arrested. Possibly, there are some financial gains to those involved. And, well, they might be manipulated in a way or the other. But going on that mission is suicidal. Suicidal. And even, I mean, there are few, after listening to some of them after being arrested, they are still claiming to have taken the right steps.
Yeah, one of the lecturers here. I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
lecturer.
So, I mean, can you, for a lecturer, you will be surprised. Like the amount, maybe 100,000, 50,000 to be given to certain people to go and carry out certain acts. You will be surprised. Yes. So, well, brainwashing, well, it is possible in certain respects, but in this situation, I don't see it. I think they have a common agenda. They agreed on a particular steps to be taken. And I mean, some of them must have seen what happened to Mazi Kanu. And for going on this suicidal mission, I don't think they were being brainwashed. They know what they're doing, and they have to carry their cross.
Thank you, Lawyer Alekan. Pastor Logan, we have a Yoruba president, and this kind of agitators came up and causing disturbances in Oyo State. What do you think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be thinking now?
Thank you. It doesn't matter whether the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, or any other ethnic group. All he needs to be is a Nigerian. And being a Nigerian and a Nigerian president, his office ought to be fully respected. Now, coming up as an ethnic group, whether irrespective of where you come from, and then agitating for an independent nation inside a nation without going through the right procedure, I see it as a complete disrespect to the entire constitution, to the entire people of Federal Republic of Nigeria, and and to the international community, all our friends, the friends of the nation. So if anyone should take that step at any time in history, then of course they should be made to face, to dance to the music. As simple as that. So it's not a matter of whether the president also come from the same region. It is something of disrespect to the constitution and the leadership of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, our last question now. Now, this kind of issue is punishable under Nigerian constitution and is being regarded as treason under the Nigerian constitution. And Lawyer Lekan, if you look at Nigerian Criminal Code, Chapter 77, that also refer to some section in our constitution of Nigeria. So concerning this issue, you know, if you look at one of our Nigerian constitution, that's section 41 of the Criminal Code in Nigeria, so under the Criminal Code Act Chapter 77, that a person charged with any of the felonies defined in this section is not entitled to be acquitted on the ground that any act proved to have committed by him or her constitute the offense of treason. So what can you elaborate on this section 41 of Criminal Code?
Yes, I will even go further than that section 41. I will, if you look at section 174 of the Constitution, if you look at section 125 of the Criminal Code Act of 2004, it clearly states what terrorism is. And that is what they are being charged for right now, although under Oyo State's laws. Section 26 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022 also states the issue relating to conspiracy to commit felony and acts of terrorism. So once you have two people agreeing to committing certain acts against the state, all these sections stated earlier will be applicable to them because they are conspirators or co-conspirators. according to the sections thereunder, they will be punished accordingly. I think the section that Oyo State government charged these 29 individuals is under section 516 of the Criminal Code, Cap 38, Volume 2, Laws of Oyo State of Nigeria, 20,000. So I don't know, I don't see how these people can come out of it. And more so, there was an admission by Onitiri, by her statement, that she and other conspirators carried out this illegal act. They can never, let them get the best lawyers. There was an admission of carrying out those illegal acts. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we go now, our last dissing, Pastor Logan. Now, the issue of a Yoruba nation or no Yoruba nations is being, discussed or surfaced for quite a while. Now, through Sunday Go and then Gani Adam or Gani Adams, whatever that he might call him himself. So, because I don't think any Yoruba educated Yorubas, I don't think they recognize him as Are Ona Kakanfo among them. So I don't think that he's the leader of Yoruba. He's only paraded himself as a Are Ona Kakanfo, leader of Yorubas, which nobody recognized him, like Wole Soyinkas and some other eminent Nigerian Yorubas people. So by so doing now, I think this problem, I think they've started it among themselves, before this thing is coming up now. So who is to blame now? Onitiri, Gani Adam, Sunday Igboho.
Thank you. The Yorubas will say, Okiki meji lani, Okiki ire tabi Okiki buruku. So I will try to translate it. Everybody does something in life to make fame or popularity. You either do the right thing and gain the right popularity, or do the wrong thing and make name for yourself. It could be a good or bad name. Now, if we look at these three people you mentioned, they have strong agitation. And of course, the only way they could define the agitation is to call it agitation for Yoruba nation. But looking at them one by one, from the little understanding I have of what they are saying, one of them is fighting a cause, and that is no ethnic group has the right or the absolute power to invade the territory of another ethnic group. So if you are in the north, stand there as northerners and be part of Nigeria. If you are in the south, stand there as southerner, carry out your business and respect the constitution of the country. Now, the argument of Sunday Igboho, when the one part of the ethnic group infiltrated the entire forest of another set of ethnic group, then under what guise? This, as far as he is concerned, is not a promotion of business. It is an invasion of territory. And his argument is, if this is not checked on time, it will escalate to a level where nobody will be able to handle it anymore. So his cause is clear. Stay in the north and be Nigeria. Let Yorubas be Yorubas and be free or happy to carry out their business, to move around as Yorubas. So we don't want an ethnic group. I will not be happy if a group of Yorubas go to the north and then occupy all their forests and their remote areas, preventing their women from going to the farm, preventing them from going to the market, preventing them from doing their normal business. If I am a Yoruba and I have another set of Yorubas doing that, I will, on my own, support whichever territory they went to invade, to either send them back or deal with them in hand with the arms of the law. So this is what Sunday Igboho is saying. Don't let one ethnic group invade another ethnic territory. And if it is happening and going to the extent where it could not be checked, then of course agitating for independence will be the final resolution. Of course, which is quite different from what this woman is doing now. So this woman has no solid basis for promoting what she's promoting, for doing exactly what she's doing, other than the fact that she wants to make a name for herself. And she is doing it in a very, very, very unconstitutional and unwise way.
Thank you. Lawyer Lekan, before we go now I mentioned Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò now. Did you recognize him as a Yoruba leader or what? That's yes or no?
No, capital no.
Okay, thank you very much. Now,
Thank you.
for him to be taking the role of Yoruba leaders, is it not a slap on we Yorubas, the educated elite?
No, you see, there are times there is wisdom in keeping quiet sometimes. And there are times when you look at the stupidity of an individual, you just laugh. Who is he leading? Where has he gone to? Aside from maybe your states, who has he spoken to or spoken with in Lagos, in other parts of Yoruba land? A lot of people don't even recognize him. They don't even know him until this issue of agitation or his arrest. There are modalities of doing things. Look at Wole Soyinka. He's a well-respected Nigerian, and he speaks with authority. Look at other individuals as well, but with somebody ascribing a particular name of Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò to himself. It is not a slap on the Yorubas, it is a slap on him. So those are my take about Igboho.
About the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. Sunday,
Oh, yes.
Gani Adams. Gani Adams.
Yes, Gani Adams.
Yeah. Okay,
I mean,
now, okay, are you done?
What role has he played ever since? What role? There are a lot of things going wrong in Yoruba land.
Okay.
What role or roles has he played? What is his agenda? What does he have to give? What has he given? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we will say that being given him Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò by late Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ Ọba Adéyẹmí is a mistake.
Completely.
Thank you very much.
There has to be, you see, there has to be a wider consultation
before
in
giving
ascribing. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, before we go now, Pastor Ologun, I want you to say one word, word of encouragement to the Yorubas. Just one word, just 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. The Yorubas, we are peace-loving people. And I want to encourage us to continue to be peace-loving people. Let us be and let us continue to be who we are. So no one can charge us for violence in any part of wherever we find ourselves. We are always peaceful and law-abiding. We do our business and we respect every territory we find ourselves. So let's continue to be that Omoluabi that we are.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Lawyer Lekan, do you have anything to say? 1 minute? Do you have anything to say?
The last word of Pastor said it all. We are Omoluabis. Anywhere we are accommodating. It's like the people of Londoners. I always ascribe Yorubas to Londoners. The Londoners are very, very accommodating. And that is why you see almost every nation, every tribe of the world in London. So that is the kind of people we Yorubas are. And we must continue as Omoluabi. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We've reached the end of the program. So, Lawyer Lekan, when I need your attention, I will invite you to come over to my platform.
I will be glad to.
Pastor Logo, thank you very much for coming.